Hello, fellow strategy game players. This is Corporal Kindel signing on for episode 4 of Stars and Shadow as the Tinkers on Hard. So let's get to it right here. Okay, back into the options screen, putting full screen mode back on. Click on options where we left off. Okay, it is turn 1128. 28 turns into the game. As you remember, the Orthans are moving into my territory. They colonized Difta, and they've searched out my other 3 systems. And we know they're down here somewhere. So their home base is probably going to be somewhere around here in these 5 or 6 stars in this area around here. So that's where they're coming from. Colonized Aldebaran, just to recap, which had a mineral-rich world with a Yeti population. And we have Ashdar, which is a garden planet with Pell plant people. And there is also a planet, another nice planet in the same system that is a artifacts world, which will dramatically increase the value of any labs built on it. My plan has been to build, as soon as this altar gets built, a machine altar factory, I'm going to crank out a colony module, a system-only colony module to colonize this artifact world and start really pumping out my research. Once that's done, once I get labs in this world, I see a dramatic increase in my lab output, my research output. Right now it's plus 12. A lot of that is due to the Pell plant people. Probably half of it is from them, which is nice. I'm not complaining. And we finally increased our fuel radius due to the colonization of Aldebaran system on Al Gore. So it's going to take me 5 turns to move the 4.2 parsecs to the nearest red giant or red dwarf star up here. Hopefully, if we're lucky, it'll be something nice. And here we go. Alright, so what do we got? Everything's under construction or being built. It's still got to wait. And so let's generate a turn. Generate a turn. Alright, something completed. We get the completion of Dizabix. Okay, so the manufacturer population. Let's see how this works, because I've been curious about that. Ooh, 200. Look at that population. Remember, if you remember from the previous episode, I pointed out that my population growth was 55,000. It was almost 60,000. At the very start of the game, it was 60. I'm going up. That's almost a 4-fold increase. 222. 240 would be a 4 times the increase in the growth rate. That is huge for manufacturing the population. Of course, it's eating up a huge amount of minerals. I'm getting 24. I was getting 24 a turn. I'm down to -6. So that means, let's do some math to figure out how much population I'm eating up here. 24 to -6. It's a -30. -30 minerals. Wow. And there we go. And you can see top metal consumers, -30 Dizabix for the machine manufacturer population. And why is it -30? Well, that's would have to be, I got 8.7 million people. Let's see if we can figure this out. 24 plus 35 is 59. Labor output. Total labor output is 24 plus 35. Two of these, each one of these is 12, so that's the 24 is coming from 35 wrenches coming from the population. 8.7 times 4. Well, it's 4 times 8 is 32. 7 times 4.7 times 4 is 2.8. 32 plus 2.8 is 34.8. That's going to be rounded up to 35. So that's where that comes from. Equals a total of 59. Well, that was just the industrial output. As far as the mine usage, we got 24 for our output from our 4 mines times 6 for the normal mineral world is 24. 30 because I'm using my manufacturing population. Continue working them will requires 30. Well, I'm still not exactly sure why it's just a flat 30. Is it just always 30, or is it less if there's fewer people with 8.7? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. We'll just click on the people. Just it's not really going to tell me anything. Here's the current colonists, additional colonists, max is at 14. Okay, so it's not telling me exactly why mineral. It's just telling me that there's a minus 30 deficit due to the manufacturer population. If I click on that, is that's going to give me any info? Boost population growth by converting labor and metal into additional population. Labor and metal into additional population. Only cybernetic populations benefit from this. Labor and metal into population is what it's saying. So it's taking up 30. Labor is 59. Labor was 59. It was broken down to 24 and 35. The metal was 24, wasn't it? 4 times 6 is 24. 35 plus 24, that's 59. That's not really telling me. It's just... So we don't really know why it's exactly 30 and not some other number. I'm sure that there's some something logical to that, but we don't know right now. Okay. All right, so let's move on. We know that it's minus 30. It's eating up 30 to quadruple my population production rate. And we'll stay quadruple for a while. I mean, it's only going to take a few turns to get this up really quick. See how fast it's growing. The green, the difference between the green and when you're building something, it's on this yellow or orange color, whatever. Green is going to be used for population. If it was science, if I was outputting science, it would be blue. But we're manufacturing population, so the growth rate is hugely increased. And at the price of I'm not producing anything, 1.1 and 0.2, it's eating up a huge amount of my stored minerals. But I stored 451, so I can afford to use this up, a little bit of it to eat up some of the pop, which is fine. Because once I get my next colony ship, I want to be able to move some of these tinkers around, So booting this up to 10, around 10 will be okay. That's my goal. I'll take this off manufacturer population when I get up to 10. Ooh, gosh, I forgot to put the egg timer on again. All right, I'm going to set it for 25. I'm assuming I spent 5 minutes already. Okay, so let's go to the next turn. Okay. Well, I almost produced another population. I'm at 8. I'm getting there. Okay, what is this? That's my asteroid output, and that is their ship. Okay, the colors are really close to these two. You can't really tell them apart until you zoom, and you got to look at the designs. Probably a good one thing I would suggest to the designers is to make this a little bit more, I don't know, a little lighter shade of green for one of these two. They're way too close. When you zoom out, you really can't tell the difference, or at least I can't. I know my eyes aren't that bad. All right, so we're at a turn of 30. 30 turns into the game. 30 turns. We're still constructing. Next turn, Dizabek should be up to 9. So let's hit the next turn. All right, we went up to 9, and we punched out some population. Once I hit 10, I'm going to take this off of manufacturer population. All right, so their scout ship has now arrived at my home system, and they have seen everything. They have seen my entire thing. They got another ship here. God bless. They got another Fargan colony ship already. Obviously, there's a nice colonizable world here, and they're taking everything. I mean, I mean, really, they are really, 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 really pushing the boundaries on my empire, and I'm just gonna have to deal with that. I get some additional population. I should be able to get some additional research. I'm up to 13, so I have no doubt that is that completely due to the Pell, or is that's probably the Yeti? Well, the Yetis didn't develop any research. They got +6 from Pell and 2 from Dizabix. So my Pell keeps growing. They're growing my research. I was very lucky to get these with these people. These are really gonna do a lot for research. In fact, I'm thinking it'd probably be worthwhile to build a lab here. After I build this, I may build a lab and then put production. Said it was going to make this a production world. That would take up 1, 2, 3. If I build this altar, that'll take up 2 slots. A lab would take up 3, and then maybe 1 market, and then 2 more industry. So that would still give me 4 industry, and then I'll have a lab and a and a market. I should get 1 market. I did the research on a market, but I haven't built any. I certainly don't want to waste anything on this. This planet right here is really I gotta specialize this as much as I can. I'm gonna build 1. My plan in this thing is to build 1 altar, and the rest are mines. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna queue the mines because this is a mineral-rich planet. I need to take every advantage of that to maximize the max-min equation. You want to maximize the pluses. The pluses on the mineral output for this word. It is rich. Okay, so let's hit the next turn. We're ready for the next turn. Okay, these guys have got a long way back, don't they? Another 9 turns from an unknown star. Ooh, whoa! We got another little. Good God! A colony ship, a troop ship, 2 light cruisers. Are you kidding me? Come on, man! Light cruisers already? It's only turn 32. Well, this is obviously going to be a bone of contention here. I'm going to be the first to arrive, so there's something nice here. Obviously, if these people are both wanting to go there, these blue people, by the way, these are the Ashdar. Okay, the Ashdar colonial fleet. These are the guys that have the strong carriers, as you remember. They were the what else did they have? They had the hardy colonials, they had the extra +1 production, and they had the carriers. Okay, as opposed to the other the Imperial Ashdars are the one that had the extra 0.5 and the merchants, and they had the Stargate. So these are the ones that are probably more threatening in my opinion because of the carriers. And I got my new tech. Woohoo! All right, so next research. I am definitely going to be on weapons mode now with everything that's went on. So what should I do? What do I need? Lasers. Thinking lasers. Xenology. Science station shipboards that generate +2. That would be a good thing to have. 8 turns. Lasers only take 4 turns. Close-in weapons. Point defense. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Okay, I knew there was a point defense for the core. As you remember, the other thing, they had the shield. The mass drivers had the shield SP, but they didn't have the PD for point defense. This will generate SP and PD for coil guns. That's what I want. So this is what I'm going to get. I'm going to get the close-in weapons, especially against the Ashdars, because they got carriers. I'm going to need, these extra boosts against carrier ships, planes. Okay, so let's set that there. What do I have here? I do have my transport, my 3rd transport. I'm going to set this to trading. It should boost me up a couple of points. I'm 10 out of 12. It should give me an extra 2. It should give me an extra 2 here and then I should subtract 1 for the cost of upkeep. So a net 3 increases. This should go up to 4. Let's see. Start trading. And it did. 11 plus... it went up. I should say it went up 3. Went up to 14. That's what I expected. All right. So, okay, I got my asteroid outpost at their planet. So I am going to. Actually, I'm going to set this to enter orbit. Okay. So what do we got? So now I'm using the special ability of this mobile. It's a mobile station. I set this to enter the orbit at one of these. And it'll extend the fuel range. It'll become a fuel node, as I said. But it's a mobile station, so I can also leave orbit. Unlike a regular outpost, had I created an outpost, then it's permanent. It's permanent until it's scrapped or destroyed. The mobile outpost, I can enter orbit and it becomes an outpost in orbital, but I can move it later on if I need. If these people declare war on me or vice versa, then I can move it away. So I'm just going to put it on this gas giant. Hover over the gas giant, left click. All right. Woohoo, there you see. So you see my little asteroid outpost there on a gas giant, and it pushed the boundary out. Unfortunately, it did push the boundary out, but it didn't get it. I didn't get any more planets. It didn't get to these two red dwarfs, a red dwarf here and a red dwarf here. They're still out of my range. That's a real drag. Wow. Only hit 4. I've hit 4 or 5 system, and this system up here is becoming a bone of contention. So there's going to be something nice here. I can tell. I can tell right away that that's going to be something nice. And there's not really anything I can do about it. These people already got 2 light cruisers. It's turn 32 turns in the game, a troop ship and a colony ship. So I'm going to have to start seriously looking at my military force. Because these people are outdoing me right now. I've been on one ship for too long. As soon as these things get built, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get the manufacturer population up to 10, then I'll start building ships of some kind. So, let's go to trade. Okay, we know we did assign it to trade duties. Let's do a turn now. Okay, derelict colony. We have detected signs of prior habitation in the D-Lan system. Planetary systems are remnants of long-abandoned settlements on the surface of D-Lan 2. There are no current signs of life or active power generation, but it appears from orbit that some portion of the original infrastructure might be still intact. If we establish a colony there might be structures or even resources that could be useful to us. We'll have to get down there to find out about who these inhabitants were and how they left and were, and who these inhabitants were and what they left behind. Okay. So there is something at this derelict colony right here. Okay, that's what the exclamation point. Oh, poor, it's mineral poor, bummer. But these are both colonizable. As you can see, they're not grayed out. This is a 6. I can put up to 6 million here. I can put 4 million on this planet. It is mineral poor, fertility high. It's got 4 slots. This is not a great world, but it is colonizable. This other world, small, normal, fertility low. Not the greatest of low planets, 6 million, but they are colonizable planets with 6 extra slots. And there are people moving in on it, trying to take them away from me. That would have been nice to have had that, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get there. It's way too. I was able to build 1 colony ship so far, and I need to start building ships now, combat ships. Okay, so I got a couple more turns before I get this population up to 10, and then we'll start thinking about what ships I'm going to construct. Hopefully, I'll have this next technology by then. 21 into 120. So we'll go to the next turn. Alright, both of these are 1 away. 1 away. Nothing's happened. I should get my menu. Oh, this machine altar should be done at Pell, too, next turn. 2 turns for the machine altar. The second machine altar. Manufacture population on 1. This will be probably done next turn. I'll be at 10. How many turns in Al Gore? Got 16 turns left in Al Gore. 16. Okay. So, click 1 more turn. These guys are going to be there. We'll have a three-way thing going on here. All right. So what do we got? We got a lot. All right. First of all, my population did go up to 10. So let me make a quick note of that. I don't want this producing I don't want to be manufacturing population anymore. What I want to do is I want to build something. Why don't we look at some of these designs? Well, let's look at the other stuff first. What went on? We figured that would happen when these people got here. So these people all arrived with a colony ship, a troop ship, 2 cruisers. Of course, the Pell are there. I mean, the Orthan are there with a colony ship, and I am there with a explorer. All right, so we got a contact established. Contact is established when the Praetor requests an audience. So let's go. Let's meet him. All right, Praetor Yunki. Greetings, I am Praetor Yunki of the Ashdar Colonials. Okay, well, I can establish formal diplomat. It's only minus 75 for these people. That's interesting. Remember, the other ones were minus 150, and I didn't have enough at the time. I got 113 now, so I'm sure, why not? I'm going to establish relations with them. Okay, so that leaves me with 38. How much should our, oh, geez, it costs minus 5 a turn for an embassy? Really? That's a pretty expensive embassy. That is a very expensive embassy, minus 5, all right. First impressions, plus 7 reputation. Interesting. Plus 7 reputation. Probably because established the embassy, so that went up to plus 7. Minus 15 reputation. My military is laughable. Yeah, you're right about that. With one scout ship, my military is laughable. I can't disagree with that. I'm gonna work on that. If we'd like to propose a trade, let's see. Let's suggest a new agreement. Wow, 120 for a research, 120 for a trade, open ports. Well, I can't do anything because I don't have enough. Well, I am getting plus 2 up here now. Why? Influence. Your empire is 38. Plus 1 from foreign. We receive plus 1 from our embassies. Oh, okay. So embassy feeds plus 1. So as I speculated last time, it's just a flat plus 1 from foreign contacts. It doesn't go up for the more foreign contacts I have, but it does give me plus 1 for an embassy. Plus 1 embassy. Probably each embassy you'll get to be plus 1. So I'm going to get a plus 2 a turn. I'm a long way off from being able to do a deal with these people. Minus 120. So I'm going to hit never mind. Let's propose a trade. Metal. I don't know if I want to. They got a lot of metal, and there's really nothing I want from them or need from them. I'm not going to do a one-sided deal. Especially when I don't need anything. I don't really need metal. I still got my supply of metal that I was used a lot of for my manufacturing population. So they're at peace with the Orthans. So these 2 guys are at peace too. My 2 opponents that I met. So we'll say never mind, and we will farewell with the Praetors, and we'll exit. Okay, now we got this explored Rastaban. Why did I explore that? That's probably because I got an embassy. That's probably where the embassy was built. So that's their home world. They got a space station, debris ring, view the planet. Okay, that's their people. They're Ashdar Colonials. I can't click on their people. They got 2 farms, three industries and a mine. No labs on that planet for them. And what do we got at D-Line? Okay. So right now there's a 3-way little gaggle going on. It's Tyros landing. The Tyros are moving in to colonize D-Line. Our fleet could intercept them before they reach. What are your orders? Let's hail the fleet. All right, we'll hail them. Greetings, our commander. I see your ships have been an interest, or the colony ship. Well, I definitely consider this to be Tinker's space. Oh, that is unfortunate, but the Ashdar belongs to us. Withdraw be. Wow, that really stinks. I just don't have the backing to stop this, do I? Nonetheless, withdraw be destroyed. I don't have anything to destroy them. Not that those 2 planets are that good anyway, but I prefer if they weren't that close. So I'm just gonna have to let them go because I can't do anything about it. So the blue guys are there. It's a real drag. That is a real drag. These people are right on my backyard. So quickly. Okay, so the new Telos colony, that was their new Telos colony, so they landed. They took Telos. What a massive bummer. Alright, I can't... Oh, I can go to this planet, though, can't I? Unexplored red dwarf. Right, because the extra fuel cell that it has lets me go a little further. I wonder if I can go here. Insufficient range, insufficient range. Let me widen this out. Range, insufficient range. I can go there, and I can go here now. Alright, so I can't go here. I can't go here. Can't go here. Can't go here, but I can go here and here. Alright, so we'll go here first. 4 turns. Alright, so now that I got my my main home world colony up to 10 for manufacturing population, we're going to switch and we're going to go over to some kind of combat ships. I am not going to be sitting here with no troops. Okay, so what do we got? A destroyer. Well, maybe I should edit design. Let's click on the design. Go into the design feature now a little bit. See what the defaults are. So they're starting off with 2 nuclear missiles. Interesting. 2 nuclear anti-missiles. So they got a pretty... Destroyers are set up for missiles. Titanium maneuvering Tinkers 4. This was that special item that only the Tinkers have. As I think I talked about this in the first episode. Fabricates and repairs damage to armor and systems. It can restore up to 10% of the armor, health, and ammunition at the start of each tactical turn. Ammunition, including ammunition. That's very interesting. Normally, missiles are one of those things that they're very they're the only one weapon in this game that has a supply, that has a fixed supply. You can shoot these 2 of them. I think that's what that is. Let me see. It deals 10 per hit. Blah blah blah. Required power 3. I'm not sure how right offhand. There's 2 of them in this spot. It fires 2 at a time. How many total missiles does it have, though? Missile can utilize... Deals 10 damage per hit. Okay, it's not really telling me how many shots I have, but I know that it is limited. Otherwise, I wouldn't have... let me see. Okay, extra munitions. That's what I was looking at. Provides additional missiles usable by any launcher equipped on the ship. So let's click on additional missiles. The ship's missile stockpile. Munitions, the ship's missile stockpile. Well, it's not really telling me how many, though, is it? What is the missile stockpile? I mean, how much is the darn missiles? Oh, here we go. Munitions, 16. The ship's missile stockpile. So it's got 16. 16 missiles. It fires 2 at a time, so it can fire a total of 8 times before it runs out. I guess the anti-missiles, they use missiles too. Miniaturized version used specialized for the interception. Firing 2 anti-missiles spends a munition. Alright, so there's 4. So that's going to be spending 2 because it's halved. 2 generates 1, so this is 2. And that 2 munition, this is 2 munition per shot, so that's a total of 4. So I got 4 volleys, 16. That's not a whole lot, is it? It is very little. I don't think a destroyer with nuclear missiles is the optional weapon for this. I'm going to change it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put a coil gun on here, 6 to 9 times 2. It's a medium. It's shield piercing. And what I would like to do is I'd like to put a point defense. Fortunately, I don't have point defense coil guns, do they? At the current time, I just don't. Blah, 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 blah. We think. Your bulkheads, nuclear reactor, tippers, titanium, and maneuvering it. So these are all essentials. Essentials. Instead, the place of a nuclear missile, should we put anti-missile? Should I leave it in missiles? If I left it on missiles, it'll give me 8 shots. 8. The coil gun will give me some additional close range firepower. Really, what I'd like to have is I'd like to have a coil gun in some kind of point defense weapon that's capable of using the thing about the anti-missiles is probably only good against anti-missiles. I mean, it's missiles is what I mean. Not going to be useful against fighters' wings too. Okay. Well, let's see. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put two coil guns on the destroyer. I got 2 in each of these medium spots. They do 6 to 9 damage and they're shield piercing. So that's a pretty reasonably good ship. I mean, for a destroyer, yeah. I'll just call it a destroyer. I mean, to differentiate it from the other things, I'm just going to call it DD. DD1. DD1, 1 for my first design, version 1. DD being the U.S. Navy acronym for destroyers. So we get a destroyer-1, version 1. And I'll click on check. So there's nothing I can do right here. It's got 13 power, 8-0 shield, no shields yet, armor 55, 20, 12, 100, costs 128 metal to build, and 174 wrenches. It's got a speed of 16. It's got 40 hull. Okay, reinforced bulkheads. Increases the armor rating. I think I'll leave that at that for the time being. I'll keep it like that. I don't have a whole lot of options here because I only researched the one gun, the coil gun, but it is shield piercing. I got 4 of them on this, so I can live with that. That's a pretty nice little early game destroyer. So put it on check. All right, what else do we got? We got a missile. Oh, okay, here, this is going to be the one I want specialized missiles on. So let's go to the edit design missile destroyer. I'm gonna make a missile destroyer, but instead of a DD, I'm gonna call it an M-DD for missile destroyer, MDD1, missile destroyer version 1. Okay, MDD1. So, the clock is off already. Jeez. Okay, let me just finish the design on this, and then I'll end there. I'll design the cruiser next time, the light cruiser. Maneuvering enters titanium tinkers. What's the difference here? The difference is it has a missile slot. Remember, the other one had 2 medium slots. This has got a missile slot that's just a dedicated missile slot, but it's only 1, isn't it? It has extra munitions. It's got 2 extra. Why does it have 2 extra? That's a lot of extra munitions. I mean, this Tinker's Forge, it gives you the Tinker's special ability of this forge is it restores 10% of the armor, health, and ammunition. 10% of 22, well, that's 2. So that's generating 2 a turn. The extra munitions provides additional missiles. How many additional missiles? Well, the other one was 16. We got 22. So let's take one of these off. I'm just going to take one of these off. Left Gadzooks. All right. Okay, so it's 17. Right, because it's got the 1 extra munitions built in. We got a nuclear reactor, nuclear missiles, nuclear anti-missiles. So this is obviously just gonna, and we got a system. I mean, I don't know why it's just times 1. That kind of, that just kind of stinks that it's just times 1. I wonder if I should put a nuclear, try this in a medium slot. See, that puts a 2 nuclear missile. A 2 nuclear missile and a 1 instead of 4 anti-missiles. I think that would be better. And what can I put in the system slot? Reinforced bulkheads? Extra munitions. Maybe I should put extra munitions. Marine quarters. Cramp up for additional Marines. That would be good for boarding, but I don't want to, I don't really want to specialize too much. I mean, this thing specializes as a missile ship, so let's keep it as a missile. Should I put extra two extra munitions. 17 shots is firing off 3 a turn. That's going to give me a total of, well, the forge thing is going to generate 2.2 a turn. Extra munitions added a couple of others, so should I go with munitions, beanbags, tippers, warp lane amplifier, reinforced bulkheads, light? I wonder if I could put a blast doors or a system. It's got to be a system, right? I can't put a missile in a system, can I? Or a coil gun, or an anti-missile. Blast doors. Okay. So it's not letting me put these other things in a... Well, I can do that because it's a system reinforced bulkhead. Armor 40. I'm wondering, maybe the extra munitions would be smart to put in a system. What if I put that? It's system 5. Why is there a 5 here? 5 question mark. Generic system representing space inside the hull that can be filled with a range of critical liquidity drives, power shield, and extra munitions. It's got a 5 next to it. Okay, that's not really telling me what this parentheses 5 is. Let's put the munitions in, see what that does. Okay, so I went from 17 to 22. 17 plus 5 is 22. What if I had put maneuvering engines? What would that do? Maneuvering engines. Tactical speed. Okay, my speed is 16. If I put a maneuvering engine, it goes up to 18. So that boosts that up a little. I don't really think that's a necessary thing to have. I could put another Tinker's Forge, right? Didn't do anything. It's still 17, though. But it generates armors at 40. Fabricates. So it's just this is a repair thing. 10% of the armor, health, and ammunition. Except it repairs armor, health, and ammunition. That might be worthwhile to have that extra one of those. Because I can't put missiles. Should I put... Well, titanium armor. That's the early level armor. I haven't improved any. It's still on titanium. Titanium armor, lightweight, basic. So that's where I'm getting my 44. There's forge extra munitions, nuclear reactor. How much reactor? 32. How much does a reactor do? Nuclear reactor provides energy for the shield. Okay, well we knew that. I guess it's providing 32. So what the reactor provides doesn't really say. That's what the ship is using. This is everything that's in the ship that it's using. It's using 32. I guess I'm in the plus right now. If I put extra munitions, it's still 32. So that didn't do any. That didn't subtract anything. What if I put a reinforced bulkhead? What would that do by my armor? It's at 40 now. Goes up to 55. Gives me 15 on the armor for reinforced bulkheads. Or if I put, what would be the, you know what, I'm thinking that this is a missile destroyer. This is going to be something that's going to hang out in the back somewhere, fire long range. So I'm not looking to move this thing up and, get into a short range, hand-to-hand kind of fight. This is going to be something that's a long range. The other destroyers will move in close, but these need to stay in the back, so I don't really need extra armor. Probably what would be better would be the extra munitions. Boost me up to 22. That's a lot. That fire 3 a turn. 3 times 7 is 21. I'm getting my extra 2.2 from the Tinker's Forge. Both these extra munitions added up to give me a lot of munitions, so... 8 turns on the tactical board. Most battles will be over by then. So I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it like they're firing 3 missiles a turn. Probably add a couple of these to every fleet. Is the idea that it's a good long-ranged weapon. Later on, I can update the missiles. So they're firing off 3 a turn. I'm getting 2 from the medium slot, 1 from the missile slot. Seems like I should get more from the missile slot than the medium slot, but... It's weird the way that works, but We'll leave it like that. We'll make sure that it's just a missile destroyer. So it's shooting missiles. It's got extra munitions to support the 3 missiles, and that's fine. It's only a destroyer. So it's going to be a long-range destroyer, though. So we'll leave it there. Click off on the MDD1. So I got my DD1 and my MDD1, and my clock ran out, so I'll call it there. Next time I'll start with building this light cruiser, and I'll decide how I'm going to queue these things up. So for now, we're going to click off from there, click off from the world, and we're going to go back into the options, go to the Winnowize mode, and I'm going to call it there for today. That's my episode number 4. Corporal Kindel signing off. Have a good one, you all. Take it easy. Bye.